PCE, personal consumption expenditures, that seems to be a fave among economists and certainly the Fed. So the PCE number came out. Any surprises for you?
So we got it this morning. First and maybe most importantly, personal income, wages and salaries, strong, healthy. Personal spending, consumer spending, very healthy. And the inflation data came in as expected, but higher than our target. And so core PCE, we're still looking at 2.9% year over year. Our target's 2%. And so it's come down a lot from where it was 3 years ago. And we're hopeful it'll come down that final last push, but not yet.
So does it change, does this raft of economic data, as you just talked about, does it change anything about the trajectory of what the chair said last week out in Jackson Hole?
Well, I think the inflation data was pretty much as expected. Even before all this tariff stuff, we're still a little bit over 2%. We remain over 2%. There's a little signs that you can see the tariffs moving through in prices. It's not, so significant that it would cause significant alarm. And so that's all very much as expected. I think the consumer spending, it's a welcome piece of news. I think if you looked at the first half of the year, GDP was only about 1.4%. A big drop in consumer spending year over year. People were wondering, does that mean consumers are completely pulling back, or was it more an uncertainty thing driven by a lot of the noise for the first half of the year? This is reassuring on the consumer spending side.
You talk about the way the consumer, I want to drill down a little bit in that, President Barkin, the idea that we've had this, and this is my term, sir, but the start again, stop again idea that a recession is looming, and we've been through this now 4 or 5 different fear cycles, if you will, the last 2 or 3 years. Is there something to that, or do you see that the consumer spending is as strong as it's been?
Well, I do think if you keep predicting a recession, eventually you're going to have one. And the world keeps predicting it, whether that be because of interest rate hikes or because of uncertainty about policy changes. It's just going on and on. We haven't had one yet. And I do think a big reason we haven't had one is consumer spending. People forget this, 70% of the economy. Right. Consumers, if you just take a big step back, they have jobs. Unemployment's low at 4.2%. Real wages are up. I told you about income going up over the last month, and the asset values are high, and so people who have money and have money in the stock market have more wealth. So wealthier people with jobs, big picture, it's hard to imagine them pulling back from spending unless something happens, as happened after 9/11 and happened after Lehman Brothers, that causes everybody to pull back in unison. But absent that, it's just hard to see the economy going that far south.